So, welcome back, and you are watching the Hero Junior Women's National Football Championship 2022-23. We are live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. It's the fourth quarter final where Kerala will be taking on Dadra and Nagar Haveli at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati. And well, so far the knockout stages have been full of surprises. Just recapitulating on what happened the past couple of days. Yesterday, as we all know, how we saw how Bihar upset Manipur, and earlier in the day, West Bengal's last grasp breath fell short at a 1-0 defeat into the hands of Haryana. And so Bihar and Haryana will be taking on each other in the first semi-final on 2nd of July. And well, with both the title potentials getting knocked out of the competition, West Bengal and Manipur, Kerala will be feeling the heat, taking on Dadra today. And this is how the goal was scored by Haryana's striker, the number 11, Sania, just getting in between the defender and the goalkeeper, capitalizing on their mistake and making it count and helping the side to qualify for the final four. And you can see that gap between the defender and the goalkeeper, complete miscommunication, and Haryana's number 11, Sandhya, made them pay for that. And now coming on to this game, as I've mentioned, Kerala, they will be feeling the brunt since both the title potentials have been knocked out already. This goes on to show it's been a competition where you cannot take any team for granted. You cannot afford to drop your guard. And Kerala were placed in Group E in their en route to the quarterfinal, and they have defeated Punjab by 6-1 in their opening game, followed by a 7-0 victory against Nagaland. And their last game was an 8-1 landslide victory over Ladakh. They finished with 9 points from three matches. They won all the three games and maintained a goal difference of plus 19. They scored 21 goals and conceded only two. And Shilji Shaji is the side's top goal scorer with 12 goals to her name. Most of the goals scored by Kerala have come in the second half. That is what the stats say. They've scored 13 in the second half and 8 in the first half. And now moving on to their opponents, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. It was a massive surprise when they drew their opening game 1-all against Odisha. It seemed that it might be difficult for them to qualify for the knockout stage, but they've managed to do the unthinkable by registering three consecutive victories since then. They defeated Tripura by 7-0. They won the Maharashtra derby against Maharashtra by 2-1, and then that 4-0 victory against Chandigarh. And Pooja and Pushpa, both of them have been in phenomenal form for Dadra and Nagar Haveli in this competition. They were placed in Group F, which consisted of five teams, and they played four matches, won three, drew one, lost none, and collected 10 points and maintained a goal difference of plus 12. They scored 14 goals and conceded equal number of goals to that of their opponents today. And now time to have a look at what the head coach of Kerala, Nejmun Sia, had to say before of this crucial tie.
So we have with us Kerala team head coach. First of all, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, in the group stage, Kerala has performed very well. They have scored 21 goals and conceded only two. What would you like to say about that?
Overall performance is very good, and today I will win. I hope.
So, ma'am, if you look out for the Kerala is performing really well in football in the past few years. So they are winner of the I League, they are runners up in the ISL, and they are winners in Santosh Trophy. So does it give confidence to the team for this competition as well?
Okay, that was very inspirational for us. Um, so that's why our players are doing well. I hope.
So, ma'am, AIFF has hosted this tournament just before Under 17 World Cup. So, it gives the opportunity to players like Shilly, who is currently top scorer, plus other players also from other states to showcase their talent before just the World Cup. So, how important is it for them to perform well now?
I already talked to players. I think today they are doing the best. I
Okay.
hope.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the very best.
Thank you.
Well, Nejman Sia mentioned that the Kerala Santosh Trophy victory was truly inspirational for them as well. They also lifted the Hero Indian Women's League title, defended the Hero I League, by defeating Mohammedan Sporting. Such a meteoric rise of Kerala in the recent history in the mainstream of Indian football. We've seen a lot of players being produced, and the Kerala Football Association, in partnership with Scoreline, which is providing massive financial aid to this particular sport in the state. Their inter-district football competitions have been truly strong, and that is producing a lot of players. It has been the backbone of developing talents from that particular state. And now we move on to the Dadra and Nagar Haveli's head coach Om Prakash Chibar. He opined his thought ahead of this big clash.
So we have Ravi sir from Dadra and Nagar Haveli, coach. First of all, congratulations sir for making it to the quarterfinals.
Thank you so much.
Sir, the team's performance has been very good in the group stages. The team has scored 14 goals and conceded just two. So it's a really good performance as a defensive side as well as the attacking side. So what would you like to comment on that?
Definitely, the team has played really well, especially during the group stage. We have very tough competitors like Maharashtra, Odisha, but still the girls played really well, and really we are proud of the girls also.
So as we have seen in the group stage, Odisha was also in the same group as you. They have been in the in the last five competitions. They have made it to the finals four times. So how much confidence does it gives the girl to beat them and make it to the knockout stages?
Yeah, the girls are really motivated since Odisha has already uh, go for go for the final for the fourth time. This really boosts the confidence of the girl, and definitely we are really very boost right now for the for the quarters.
So AIFF hosted this tournament just before the India Under 7 World Cup, which we are hosting in October. So how much important is it for the girls to showcase their talents, which are coming from different states, and how good opportunity is for all the teams to show how good our grassroots football in women's sector is?
Yeah, actually, this tournament is really important for the development of the girls, especially just before the Under 17 World Cup. The girls, many of the girls coming from, from village, and they get a very, nice platform to showcase their talent, especially if they scout for the, Under 17 World Cup, and if they perform there, it's a really good opportunity for them.
Thank you so much, sir, and very all the best.
Thank you.
Well, the assistant coach of Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Ravi Punia, mentioned that despite having tough teams like Odisha and Maharashtra in the group, they still managed to make it into the quarterfinals. And not to forget, Odisha are the four times finalists in the last five edition. It speaks volumes of the kind of talent which Dadra and Nagar Haveli possesses in their squad. And apart from that, he also spoke about how this tournament is going to help the younger kids in terms of getting spotted before the Under 17 FIFA Women's World Cup, which is to be played later this year in the month of October. And making their way out is the Kerala team, and they have formed their squad mainly around local talent, and they will look to help the youngsters climb up the ladder and break into the Hero Indian Women's League and also to the national side. The young and bright prospect will look to make a name for themselves by proving their worth, as Kerala are likely to bank on the experience of Silji and will hope they contribute to the team's success. And Dadra Nagar Haveli, they have set the bar high this season for the lads in the team. In their debut season, the expectation was different and had a month to prepare as well. They knew how difficult it was going to be for all the players and their girls, and the team is really young and it is a huge challenge. They look sharp and are very confident ahead of this particular clash. They are looking forward to the tournament and how it is going to shape them for their future endeavors. And Kerala's campaign has been impressive so far. And after three matches, they collected 9 points, as I mentioned, and scored 21 goals. And they have those three wins, including the last win against Ladakh. The Kerala's troubles in the defensive third have been a cause of concern, which they'll have to resolve very quickly. And so Kerala versus Dadra and Nagar Haveli, the fourth quarterfinal of the Hero Junior Women's National Football Championship. It's a game of sorts, be that it could not have been a better game to play the quarterfinal against as far as Kerala go in the national competition. Dadra and Nagar Haveli, of course, tasted success in their group games, but for Kerala, a state with a lot of promises and vision, it will be an excellent measure of where they stand. And now let's have a look at the Kerala's lineup for this evening. As Nejmun Sia made no changes to the team, which beat Ladakh 8-1 in the last encounter. And Gigina pulled off a stunning save, so she is the obvious pick. But as it so happens in football, it is the attackers who will probably take away all the plaudits this evening. And Shilji Shaji continues her rich vein of form, and she will relish the big stage once again, along with the supporting cast of Aparna and Shamila. And of course, Silji Saji, who has tested incredible success, and these are the games that are remembered for have ever. And having scored 12 goals already in the group stage, the Keralite will want to relive the feeling again. Kerala have got a decent bench as well. Anbabu, Neha Gilbert, Anjita, the options available for Kerala today. Elena James as well is the reserve goalkeeper. Now let's quickly move on to the Dadra and Nagar Haveli lineup for this evening, as Om Prakash Chibber makes no changes as well. Neha at centre back, Pushpa and Himanshi are in midfield, and of course, then there is Pooja, who's had a fine season and she will want to continue to impress. Pushpa is back in attack along with Muskan and Sandhya. No Tamanna, of course, though in the starting 11, she will have to come off the bench and do some damage. She almost led her side to a comeback draw against Odisha with that burst of pace. Well, Pushpa, she does everything, creates chances, gets back and wins the most tackles, gets stuck in, sends in those wicked deliveries, as she is their midfield metronome. And this fixture gonna be highly entertaining. They have got a lot of options and a lot of known faces on the bench who have featured in the Hero Indian Women's League this season. Anchal is one of them. He is not playing, and Om Prakash has left the likes of Purvi and Sakshi on the bench as well. All players will be hoping to get few minutes under their belt in this cracker of an encounter. And well, the referee for today's game is Ranjita Devi, and she is going to be assisted by Reshmi Chetri, who is from Sikkim, and Roshni Chanu. And the fourth official for today's game is Harsha Saini, and match commissioner Sudeshna Mukherjee, with referee assessor Anamika Sen. An absolutely brilliant pitch. Both the teams going to dish out some quality football, a good passing, good support, and both the coaches have really expressed that. The opponents are really strong and they have to challenge this. It's going to be important how they manage to break the defense and how they try to penetrate. But I'm sure we are going to have a wonderful day here. A chance for Kerala to win today and book their top four. And the winners of this game will face Arunachal Pradesh in the second semi-final on 2nd July. And Dadra and Nagar Haveli, on the other hand, will be playing their first ever knockout competition and will be hoping to get a win. And so a topsy and turvy rivalry which could go either way. A lot of competition among the youngsters as well to make into the starting 11. But the result earlier in the day came as a massive surprise to all the football fans, and how Haryana performed against West Bengal. It was quite a one-sided affair, even though the scoreline does not always reflect the true story, but it was pretty much a one-way traffic in the second half. Haryana just kept on piling on the pressure on Bengal, and eventually their persistence was paid off when their number 11, Sandhya, got that decisive goal. Two of the massive giants of the sport, West Bengal and Manipur, already knocked out of the competition. Kerala will be making sure they get a win here and book their place and face Arunachal. They have played the finals of all the major competitions at Kerala in recent times. They will be hoping for another final entry of this Hero Junior Women's National Football Championships 2022-23 season. They are just a couple of wins away from making it into the last two. And so loftiest dwellers, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, they are taking on Kerala today, and there are several aspects that will arouse interest in the match. Kerala sure to go flat out to redeem their prestige. And the tournament now moves to hotter climes, making life out in the middle far more tougher for the players. When the going gets tough, the tough are expected to get going. And which of the teams will prove this right will be known in the next few days. And of whatever little has been seen of the team so far, Dadra and Nagar Haveli have given the impression that they are out to make amends, and they have accomplished it in style in their group games. And so Kerala are capable. Kerala, as I've mentioned, are capable of getting a head start along with their early acceleration. Shilji, Shaji, and Aparna, they are capable of equally unmistakable. Has been the wingers. Dadra and Nagar Haveli have been an impressive arsenal with the best talents in the likes of Pushpa, Pooja, Muskan in their ranks. And the fullbacks have been quiet so far, although the opponents have struggled to keep them quiet in the recent past. And with so many factors weaved in, this match promises what the Giro Junior Women's National Football Championship is all about. That is entertainment. And so Kerala is the team in yellow, and Dadran and Nagar Haveli will be wearing white and blue. And the referee Ranjita Devi with the two captains. It's absolutely pelting down here at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati. And the number 4, Tamanna, the centre back, is the skipper of the side. The number 17 is leading the Kerala team, and that is Aksha. Both the teams have with the centre backs as the captains. This is, of course, match number 60 of the competition. With the 3 more rounds remaining after this. And so the teams hurdle up one last time before kickoff. It's really going to be very difficult conditions to play the game. Kerala will be familiar with this kind of a setup, with this kind of an atmosphere. And they also play their matches back home in rain. As a professional football player, will have to adjust to the weather conditions and dish out a decent showing. So time for the team photographs as well now. The Kerala team's Jijina, the goalkeeper, she is beaten twice already in this competition. She will be hoping to keep a clean sheet though against Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And so it takes just one mistake for Kerala to punish their opponents, and that is how good they are. And it is always difficult to play against a side which is very balanced unit and technically good team. Dadra and Nagar Haveli will have to be very cautious against them, as every moment is precious, and got to be on their toes. The Hero Junior Women's National Football Championship being a very fast-paced tournament, it is very intensive, and today's game gonna be a challenge for both the teams. And so we are underway here. Ranjita Devi will have to wait. We're waiting for the signal from the match commissioner, Sudeshna Mukherjee. And so, what a moment in terms of sheer history, in terms of the entire setup of football. And we talk about how the sport has become more and more inclusive over the last few years. And today, Kerala and Dadra Nagar Haveli finally in the knockouts. Excellent support for them back home. And that is also going to be quite something. And at the same time, what a test for Dadra because they know Kerala are fired up for this particular game. Here's the number 6 for Dadra. That's Prashi, the left full back. It is a 4-1-3-2 system with Himanshi playing the role of a holding midfielder just behind the three attacking midfielders in Arna Singh, Pushpa, and Sandhya. It turns out to be a midfield diamond for them, with the two wide midfielders Arna Singh and Sandhya attacking infield to support the single pivot. And sometimes they leave a lot of gap between the star attacking midfielder Pushpa and the defensive midfielder Himansi. And in order to bridge the gap, the wide midfielders will have to attack infield to bridge the gap, which makes the shape very, very narrow. It becomes a diamond system, giving chance to the opposition and to exploit the wings. And that is something they'll have to be very careful of. But because Kerala have got a really good wingers in the likes of Shamila and Sania, and now Kerala uh, trying to make the first move of the game. A free kick for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And talking about this team, they started the campaign with a one-all draw against Odisha. And that particular result gave them a glimmer of hope of probably what is to come in the remaining games. Backing on three consecutive victories, backing on hat trick of victories in the last three matches. They have qualified for the quarterfinal. Their head coach Om Prakash Chiba will be hoping to look beyond the quarterfinals and try and reach as far as possible in the tournament. Kerala cannot afford to settle for anything less than a win. They would love to finish the game inside 90 minutes. They have got the potential in their ranks, but this is what Arna Singh offers down the right for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Has gone out for a goal kick. A 4-1-4-1 system deployed by Najmun Sia, the head coach of Kerala. And Akila, Anjana, Aksa, and Nidhila making up the back four. And Lina Tony is going to be the single pivot. She will look to stabilize the midfield. And the line of four ahead of her in Shamila, Leah, Aparna, and Sania, with Shilji Shaji leading the lines, and she knows how to lead the line on her own. And having scored 12 goals in the competition, she is the highest goal scorer, and not just for Kerala but also of the tournament as well. It is Om Prakash Chibar of Dadra and Nagar Haveli will be looking for a positive start that will settle quite a few nerves in their camp. And Kerala busy defending the first 4.5 odd minutes. But we saw what happened in the knockout stage. Teams making slow starts eventually, smiling at the end of 90 minutes. And that has been the pattern in that game against Bihar and Manipur, and also in that Bengal and Haryana game. Kerala will be watchful. It was wonderfully done. Going past a couple of challenges and sending in a decent cross, but cannot lift it over. The towering presence of Aksa in defense. And now finally Kerala can breathe a sigh of relief. Pressure applied by Shilji Shaji upon Neha. She quite comfortably managing to hold off the challenge and threading it forward. And now the striker gives chase. The keeper spills it almost and grabs it in second time of asking. That was Jijina. Kerala cannot afford to make this kind of mistakes. Cannot concede cheap goals. They are a reputed side. And no offense to the Dadra and Nagar Haveli team, they have also done remarkably well, despite having opponents like Maharashtra, Tripura in their group games. In their group, and the group F consisted of them, Maharashtra, Tripura, Odisha, and also Chandigarh. Both the sides taking on each other on the back of big wins in their last game. I tried to slide it forward, but Dadra and Nagar Haveli's defense was very, very alert, maintaining the shape quite well, defending in two banks of four, and then releasing the number 8, Pooja. Pooja takes it onto her right foot. Pooja making that horizontal run across the 18-yard box. The defenders quickly converging on her, quickly switching her off. It's going to be a long chase. The flag has stayed down. The number 13 is Muskan. A support comes in the form of Sandhya. Lost her footing slightly. It's a wet underfoot conditions, but Dadra and Nagar Haveli players adapting a lot quicker to this wet and slippery surface. Kerala yet to impose themselves in midfield, yet to have a go at the Dadra and Nagar Haveli team. It is Himansi, the deepest sitting midfielder in this Dadra and Nagar Haveli side. And now Muskan she's got Pooja for company. And now Pooja skipping past couple of challenges, finding in the cross. She's unmarked in the middle. Oh, what a save! And what a save from Jijina. A wonderful chance for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And that beautifully carved open for the team in blue. Look at that pass from Pooja into the feet of Sandhya, who brought it down brilliantly and then took it on the turn. Just couldn't quite direct it goalwards. And a big, big moment for Dadra and Nagar Haveli in this game. Warning signs probably for the Kerala defense. And sometimes you do need a rude awakening. That was a rude awakening for Kerala. Warning signs already. Pooja just showing a glimmer of what she is capable of producing down the wings. But here comes Kerala. The first entry inside the Dadra and Nagar Haveli's defensive third. Twisting and turning, still finding the pass in. That was a low one. The clearance not very far though. This is Kushi. She goes long, just over Elena Tony. Those two defenders holding their positions brilliantly and not committing themselves early. That's what they got to do for the remaining 81 minutes. No need to hurry things up at the back. Do take your time in working the ball out of danger. It's been a pretty direct style from the teams playing in the knockout stage so far. A couple of passes among themselves and then that adventurous ball forward and looking for the wingers or the striker to provide options and outlets to make those arrowing runs towards goal. And now Himanshi will deliver this free kick for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. One big chance already for Sandhya. Can she produce something from this free kick? Gets a lot of distance onto it. It's flashed wide. Not a bad try from the number 10. Kerala currently on the back foot. Knocked back on their heels. That's a terrible touch. and it has opened up for Pooja. There's the space down the right to aim at inside the box. Disappointing in the end from the number 8. Just choosing the wrong option. Goal kick for Kerala. Kerala started their journey with a 6-1 victory against Punjab. Shilji has scored 5 goals in that game, followed by a strike from Ashwani, who's not starting today. And she is on the bench, Ashwani MR. And the number 10 has scored 3 goals in 3 games. Kerala defeated Nagaland 7-0. And that was quite a statement victory. The flag going up against the number 6, Shilji Shaji. And there she is. A slight in frame, but a very, very intelligent player. Both these teams loves scoring goals. Kerala have scored 21, and Dadra and Nagar Haveli have scored 14. And Kerala have scored 8 among those 21s in the first half, and 13 of them in the second. And once you are in the knockout, Kerala won't mind a goal at any point of time in the game. It is completely miscued. Kerala still in possession of the ball. They're trying to lift it over the Dadra and Nagar Haveli defensive unit. An important touch there from Himanshi, who was tracking back and falling into the back four. And whenever there is an attack coming in, that is the game plan, to have 5 players defending when the opposition have the ball. And Samila and Sania on the right and left respectively for Kerala. Leah and Aparna, the two midfielders. Shilji Shaji is sole number 9. Alina, and she is the pivot, the number 3. Centre back pairing, of course, of Anjana and Aksha, the number 4 and number 17. Kelia, the full back. And there she is. She's got to do a bit here. It's a terrible defending from Kerala, and back in again from Pooja. It hits the side netting. They cannot lose their focus here, Kerala. First quarter of the game, it's goalless between Kerala and Dadra Nagar Haveli. We've had results in 3 quarterfinal games within 90 minutes of play. No penalties so far. I'm expecting a similar sort of scenario in this game as well, given the attacking talents on show. This is Reshmi Chetri raising the flag up. Throw in. Now sets up Shaiju for a cross. Ricochets off a couple of blue shots, and then from distance. Not a lot of pace on it. Just needs one of those glancing touches ahead of the keeper. They move the ball around, something which was missing in the opening game of the day. Lots of footballing activities in the state of Kerala in recent times with the help of scoreline. We saw the scoreline Kerala Women's League last year. The Gokulam Kerala emerged as the champions. There are a lot of competitions in queue, and the new season as well when it comes to women's football. And now a shooting chance. In comes the shot. Just wide from Pooja again. And that was a good looking ball delivered inside the box. And eventually a blue shirt getting on the end of it, and it was Pooja in fact. Fell onto her weaker side. This might be a one-on-one chance, and she is quickly brushed off. Trying to dislodge her of the ball. It was Aksha, who remained sturdy over there, the number 8. District leagues, which is one of any state's footballing structure. We saw 22 teams participate in the Ramco Kerala Premier League in the men's game, 8 franchisee entries, which goes on to show the kind of interest this game has back home in Kerala. Which is the mecca of Indian football at present, is quite debatable whether it's West Bengal or Kerala. If you count upon their recent success in this particular sport, and they just want to add on to their accolades and fame. Himachi once again in set piece duties for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. She already delivered a ball. It went straight out. Goes for the second one as well. It was a low one, in fact. Has it taken a touch of a yellow shirt? No, it hasn't. The referee awards a goal kick to Kerala. Melina Tony is a familiar name. She played in the Hero Indian Women's League this year. A youngster. It is a Hero Junior Women's National Football Championships under 17 category. Dadra and Nagar Haveli so far have impressed with their energetic play. Kerala so far yet to evolve as a team in the first 20 minutes, and without a shadow of a doubt so far, Dadra and Nagar Haveli have been the sharper team, the better side. They're winning those 50-50 challenges quite comfortably. And now she will look to make entry into the box, goes on the outside and overplays it. And goal kick for Kerala. Sometimes you've got to try and keep things simple rather than trying to do too much on your own. Almost wrong footing at the Kerala's left full back Nidhila. The ball ran out of space in the end. And the flag is down. Could will be a shooting chance, and this is where Pooja is good from. I tried to check onto her right side. Well read there by Akila. beating her man quite comfortably. There's the pullback, no pace onto it, and easy pickings. And now quickly selling one dummy. This is the number 6, Prachi. Excellent foot to struck out by Akila, the right full back. Dadra and Nagar Haveli, they are really surprised with their performance. Here comes the corner, just punched away from the near post. Gigina had to be very careful of the swing at it. Another corner. Football is not a popular sport back there in Dadra and Nagar Haveli, but still the team managing to do well. Down the line, looking to keep that one in place. Pushpa, and she scored 4 goals, including a hat trick against Tripura. Also got on the score sheet in the Maharashtra derby as well. And that was a 2-1 victory for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Just too much fuss about absolutely nothing. Just a throw in. Missing out on the challenge. She has lost her marker as well. That was jersey number 4 for Kerala, Anjana. And the number 13 almost escaping the challenge, Muskan. Prachi's ball. A defensive header behind. That's a poor pass. Getting the block in place. Kerala will have to come all the way behind every time they're looking to make some inroads inside the final third. Time and again, they had to keep coming back, regroup, and rebuild. There's no shame in taking help from the back four. So Dadra and Nagar Haveli holding their positions well in midfield, and just denying gaps, denying spaces to this Kerala team. And now battling for the ball and wins it as well. Looking for a give and go, and it didn't work out. Foiling the plan was Aparna. Kerala once again have it back. Looks to be a good ball forward. The chase is on from Aparna. The keeper Khushi had to come out. The competition now moving to hotter climes. The opponents are showing respect to one another. The result here could go either way. The games so far have been very much unpredictable in this competition, and that's what you want to see. The underdogs performing well, the underdogs upsetting the title favourites. The more that happens, it increases the competitiveness of the tournament. It also draws great interest among the fans. We saw the 2018 FIFA World Cup where the Minnows performed heroics against the higher ranked teams. There's a shot coming in and it's gone into the back of the net. Oh my word! And out of nowhere, Dadra and Nagar Haveli have taken a lead here. And Kerala completely in shock. From almost 25 yards out, that shot was unleashed. Look at that. The number 7 couldn't get the challenge on time, saw the keeper slightly advanced, and then went for it first time and gets here. So it's Kerala nil, Dadra Nagar Haveli 1. Are we heading towards another upset here at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium? There's Muskan, the number 13, scoring the goal. Excellent presence of mind from the number 13. And just before the number 7, Akila, could react, she unleashed the shot over the advanced Jijina and gets the result in her favor. So Kerala now driven on the back foot. So they need some kind of freshening up from somewhere. This place stops due to the drinks break. And so it's Kerala a nil, Dadra and Nagar Haveli 1. And let's have a look at the goal scored by Muskan. And everyone present out there on the field didn't saw that coming. It was a massive, massive surprise from Muskan. And Kerala left wanting, conceding goal number 3 in this competition. They conceded 2 in the group stages. They topped Group E, and Dadra and Nagar Haveli have topped Group F. Will they come back here, Kerala? We saw West Bengal failing to do so against Haryana. Coming on to this game, still a lot of time remaining, about 1 hour on the clock. Dadra and Nagar Haveli continues to dominate. Kerala yet to test Khushi so far, yet to carve out any kind of openings in this game. Are we going to have a new champion this time around in this tournament? The Hero Senior Women's National Football Championship was won by the Manipuri team, the Manipur team. That was their 21st title in 26th edition. And that goes on to show their dominance, and 10 times they defeated Bengal in the final. So at the half an hour mark, the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium is Kerala nil and Dadra and Nagar Haveli 1. As we approach the midway point of the first half, the team in yellow still struggling. Just one moment of magic going forward can give them back the confidence, which is lacking at present. They're losing out on the midfield battle. The likes of Leah and Lena Tony struggling to wrest control in the middle of the park, instead giving away balls too cheaply. Here is Pooja in a one-on-one situation. The keeper was rushed out and takes it away from the feet of the informed Indian striker, relieving the moment for Kerala. A trip from behind, a free kick. Lena then on the free kick. Lena's take straight to Himanshi. And now they will look to push forward. Dadra and Nagar Haveli getting onto the second balls a lot more quicker. Is threaded forward into the feet of Pooja. Her first touch takes her away almost from Nidhila. Has she committed a foul on the number 8? In fact, it's given as a throw in. Kerala now feeling the heat here. And no such desire as of yet from their gameplay. One more corner for Dadra. Swings it away from the goalkeeper towards the near post. Keeper fumbles, might be a chance, and she was interested. It's still bobbing in the area before being put out to safety. It was a wonderful corner, an outswing floater. And the goalkeeper Gigina, beaten at her near post, she misjudged the flight of the ball as it was swinging away from her. Making run out wide. And this is looking good for Kerala. Ball sent into the box. Good defending. Excellent defending. Tamanna with that crucial intervention. Just holding off a couple of blue shirts. Kerala just struggling to get a hold of the ball. I haven't seen much of it. The Dadra and Nagar Haveli team having lion's share of possession. I've seen plenty of the ball in this first 35 minutes of the first half. Another cheap giveaway. This time her challenge was not strong enough from Nidhila. The marker just evading the challenge. Her ball in just falling short of the waiting Pushpa. Foul so indicated by the assistant referee. Puja on 5 goals for them. Muskan with her third of this competition. Pushpa have scored 4. From Prakash Chibar. He will be ecstatic with the way his girls are performing. Now the pass eventually was slightly off the mark, taken away by a yellow shirt. And there was a number 9, Aparna. Nothing so far from this Kerala team. They're yet to muster up anything. It's been a timid affair so far. Apart from that one clear-cut opening from Pooja's cross fell towards the number 10 Himanshi, the number 11 Sandhya, pardon me. There have been no such chances, no such scoring chances. And Muskan's goal coming from a long ranger, converting a 50-50 chance into goal. Kerala struggling to break down this Dadra and Nagar Haveli defense, and also losing out on the midfield battle and getting outnumbered, getting crowded out time and again, and losing the midfield battle so far. The winners of this game to face Arunachal Pradesh in the second semi-final on 2nd July. Will it be Dadra and Nagar Haveli or will it be the mighty Kerala? We'll have to wait for that. And now continuing her run was Sandhya, stopped on her tracks. Pooja is there, turns away, and sets up Sandhya. 3 players quickly round him in yellow, still managing to keep hold of the ball. And now stepping up is the number 6. And clatters onto a yellow shirt, and then from distance again. This time comfortable for Gigina. Regulation time of 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Gets a touch there, but only helps the left full back instead. And now she's muscled away by Aparna. Aparna trying to make inroads, waiting for reinforcements, and here they come. A low try from Sania goes wide. Chance for Kerala to make something happen from this particular move. Shilji Shaji trying to get involved. Very, very alert there. Neha. I heard a lot about Kerala's number six, but she ain't quite getting those ball supplies from midfield. Completely detached with midfield four. Comes away from the challenge. Pullback is alive. Chooses the pullback, and that's almost the second goal. And so close, yet so far. The number 13 almost doubling the money and almost getting her brace of this evening. Muskan, look at that pullback from Pooja. Getting the better of Nidhila. Running into space, and then that timely cutback towards Muskan. And very nearly the second goal for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. They would look to seal the deal in the first half itself. Keeper is nowhere near. This is danger for Kerala. And somehow managing to put it behind for another corner. Gigi are not having the greatest of games. Struggling to collect those aerial balls. Still a couple of minutes of regulation time remaining in this game. There will be additional minutes as well. The corner delivered into the middle, escaping three blue shirts, and then comes out to the edge of the area. Silji Shaji with a sharp turn, and now Kerala bombing forward. Puts a break to her run, finding the number 13. A poor touch from her. That was Samila. Beautifully scooped. And eventually a blue shirt gets there ahead of a yellow one. Long chase, and gives up on the chase in the end. Intricate wave of passing from Dadra and Nagar Haveli. This is something Kerala might not have dreamt about. Getting harassed into the hands of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. That was a wonderful build up from the left channel. So threatening. This side is a couple of minutes of additional time to the regulated 45. Before half time, a chance for them to make this particular corner count. Keeper gets a feeble punch. Another danger lurking for Kerala. And finally it's put away. Not enough options up top. Shilji Shaji was waiting, and she eventually loses out the physical battle. And now tracking behind, keeps it in play. And nicely done there. Asking for it and gets it. Sania over the top. Towards nobody. Stepping across is Tamanna. Taking no risk. It has been a clash of two, a completely different style of play. Puja once again has robbed Elena Tony. Puja keeps going, looking to beat the number 14 for pace, trying to hold her off and committing a foul, pulling her down instead. Free kick has gone against her. Initially, it looked like it was a foul committed on the Dadra and Nagar Haveli player. That brings the first half to a close. And so Kerala go into the break trailing by a goal against Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And that is very, very unlikely of their performance, not a typical Kerala performance, but still another 45 minutes lying ahead of them to turn the table here. A spirited start for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. They will be extremely happy with the way things have gone so far. The momentum just shifting from one team to the other, just like the weather in Guwahati. It was cloudy, it was raining when the game just kick-started, and now it's clear sky. So at halftime, it's Kerala nil and Dadra and Nagar Haveli 1. These are the first half stats. A 51% ball possession in favor of Kerala, but they haven't been able to create any kind of opening for themselves as of yet. Only two shots taken, one on a target, and nine shots taken by Dadra and Nagar Haveli. On the flip side, they managed to win seven corners, none in favor of Kerala. And when we come back after this short break, a second half awaits. Till then, sit back and enjoy the highlights.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is a statement to appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement. Yeah, there's no replacement for persistence. It's a patience. Yeah, in this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
So, welcome back. You're watching the Hero Junior Women's National Football Championship live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. It is Kerala taking on Dadra and Nagar Haveli in the fourth quarter final at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati. The title favourites are currently trailing by a goal as the head coach Najmun Sia makes an early change. Joseph, who is come on, is the word what I'm hearing from the technical area. And off we go with the second half. Shamila taken off, and Joseph comes on, the number 8. That's the change made by the head coach. Let's see whether this particular move brings any change in fortune for the Keralites. Straight away on the attack is Dadra and Nagar Haveli down the right wing, and she loves getting into this kind of positions. Pooja, we saw that in the first half. She delivered a glorious cross for Sania early on, for Sandhya, pardon me, which was saved by Jinjina. And apart from that particular chance, couple of good moves as well. Uh, Muskan, the number 13, finishing one and missing out on the other. Throw in quickly taken. Kerala still working hard, trying to make something meaningful up top. They've been limited to chances so far by Dadra and Nagar Haveli's industrious play. The never say die attitude from the team in blue and white, fighting for every ball, winning those 50-50s. Kerala are currently in a spot of bother. Here's a high cross. Easy collection for Kushi. She's gonna claim that all day long. I'm hoping for more crosses of that height. And it was pretty close to the goalkeeper. And this is looking good for Kerala. Cross is slightly deflected. And that slight deflection taking the sting out of the ball and making it quite easy for the other defense to clear. And now pushing forward, the team in yellow trying to show some positive intent, leaving a lot of space in behind as well at the same time. Pooja just applying pressure and winning it off. Kerala's number 3 and also getting the shot away. That angle was quite acute. Look at that. I should have carried it a couple of steps further forward. The defender was closing in, forcing her to unleash the pile driver. It wasn't a pile driver, to be honest with you. It was a weak try and bobbled out for a goal kick. Dadra and Nagar Haveli. A quick turn from Pooja. She's got options to her left. And now support arriving down the right as well in the number 9. And spreads it out wide towards the left corner of the penalty area. The flag went up from Reshmi Chetri. And number 13, Muskan was offside. The goal scorer of this game. She could well have put her side by 2-0 had she converted that chance from Pooja's cutback. And also the in-swinging corners also have also troubled Jijina in the first half. And now Pooja shifting wings from the left this time. Comes off her shins in the end. Goal kick for Kerala. Oh, beautifully done by Pooja, shrugging off the challenge. Just skipping past her marker. The ball slightly behind the defender. And the player in blue was on rushing, almost inviting the danger there. Taking too much time to clear her lines. Leaving dangerously the team in yellow. It's a heavy touch from Aparna, but she manages to recover. Anjana, centre back. Pooja, the number 8, has been the most threatening player on the pitch from Dadra and Nagar Haveli's point of view. She really looked lively so far in this 52 minutes. Had a promising first half. Sending in a couple of decisive balls inside the box. And the cutback was nearly converted by Muskan. And the cross for Sania. She was one-on-one with the keeper. Couldn't quite make the most of that chance, the number 11. She only got herself to blame for that. In the second half as well, time and again, she's shifting wings. Just playing slightly off the shoulder of Muskan into that number 10's role. And trying to feed Muskan, the number 13. Himanshi goes long. The header comes off Aksha. There's 5 blue shirts just on the edge of the area. Kerala got to quickly get the ball away and out of their own region. Now poked forward. There's no blue shirt, yellow shirt present. Shilji Shaji was way too behind. Sia must have gone back to the drawing board and explained the areas where her girls lacked in the first half and tried addressing those to the players. A slightly better approach compared to what we saw in the first half from this Kerala team in terms of rotating the ball around. But the defensive frailty is hurting them in a big way. Slightly jittery in this game. Confident display on the other side from Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And this is Pooja on the charge. Pooja once again lifting it over the keeper. And it's 2-0 for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And almost the action replay of the goal scored by Sania against West Bengal of Haryana. Almost a similar kind of goal. This one was slightly on the angle. A couple of yellow shirts behind her, but still she managed to get the ball over the advanced goalkeeper. She, at the moment she was on the charge, she took a look up and saw Ginia on rushing and beautifully placing it beyond the number 20 and kept his calm. An exemplary finishing from the number 8, her sixth goal of the competition. And so both the strikers firing for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Muskan scored in the first half, and that lead is extended by Pooja in the second. And Kerala very quickly slipping away from the game. Another surprising result. No way you can predict this tournament, which way it's gonna go. That was slightly short and latching onto it with a yellow shirt, and now she is up against the number 6, Shiksha, playing it to the right. A couple of yellow shirts in the box, and the third one was also arriving. And then the number 11, Sania, deciding to hold her run. A foul throw. Working the ball on the left channel, sorting her feet out very quickly. Tackle comes in at the right time, resulting into a corner kick for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Before the start of this game, and many of us predicted this one to be a one-way traffic in favor of Kerala, but it's turning out to be the other way around. Corner kicks so far have troubled Jijina, especially those in-swing floaters. This time, too much height onto it towards Pooja. A header is just gone over. Goal kick to Kerala. The marking hasn't been right from this Kerala team. It's not on point. Two very classic goals scored by Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Both of them from outside the box. And Pooja this time teasing and tormenting the Kerala defense. Sets it up on the angle for Pushpa. She is also among goals in this tournament. She scored 4 goals. And once again, those two combining. The moment Pooja got on the ball, she quickly saw Pushpa integrating to her right. Kerala so far disintegrating at the back. Free kick conceded in a very, very dangerous area. Things just getting from bad to worse for the girls in yellow. And now they'll have to defend this free kick. And it is Pushpa who is on top of this particular set piece. And this particular angle is very much conducive for a right. Big test for Gigina. She's already beaten twice in this game. Both the times the attempts were taken from outside the box. There's chance for another one. Slightly on the angle. And here goes Pushpa. She went low, comes off the wall. She'll get another go at it. This time the ball sent in is high, and the defender just guiding it towards her goalkeeper. So at the hour mark here, it's Kerala nil, Dadra and Nagar Haveli 2, with goals from Muskan and Pooja. And Kerala trying their level best to at least pull one back here and try and make things interesting. Sania, Leah, and here comes Kerala down the middle. Sania's attempt might be a shooting opportunity. Shot was completely scuffed by Joseph. Nothing has gone their way. They're also losing out on the physical battle. Not been able to defend with grit and determination. The likes of Pooja causing all the damage here. She's got tremendous pace and ability to run onto the channels. Here's the ball in. Play that midfield diamond. You can keep possession of the ball in the middle with clever player movement. And the coach can have the luxury to place her star attacking midfielder just behind the two strikers. That was a pretty blatant challenge. A very clumsy challenge from Pushpa. And free kick for Kerala. From almost 25 yards out. Is this the moment that can help this Kerala team to get back into the game? They have made into the finals of almost all the tournaments that they have played the last couple of years. Will there be something different this time around, or will it continue to be the same? Silji with the take, and that was more of an ambitious attempt. A couple of players clattering onto each other. A referee stops play for a foul. Hurting her spine. Both of them went for the ball. Medical team has to step in. It looked slightly serious, and now everything is fine. Good to see her back on her feet. Previous three games in the quarterfinal round have been closely contested. This particular one has only been an exception. Dadra and Nagar Haveli dominating the entire 65 minutes, and not for a single moment. There was a feeling that Kerala could bounce back, unlike the previous three matches. There's the high ball for Pooja to chase. And Pooja once again breaking free, almost bulldozing into the box. And that flick header from Himanshi. Sandhya. Now forward ball for Pooja. An early challenge. Free kick in favor of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Studs were clearly visible. And from the jersey number 14, Nidhila, the left full back for Kerala. The ball just got stuck under her feet. She was involved in a tussle with Pooja. The set piece specialist of the team, Himanshi, once again, she is upon this free kick. Can she make this one count though? Himanshi, oh, what a goal! A splendid strike from the number 10. An absolute screamer from Himanshi. And the best strike of the day coming from Dadra and Nagar Haveli's number 10. And that too went in like a tracer bullet, almost piercing through Jijina. Look at that, so much power. And the keeper did get her gloves onto it. The ball just almost pierced through her. A magical free kick. Now Pooja, excellent leave for Pushpa. A toe poke, almost setting up Pooja. There was a challenge from behind. A foot in from a yellow shirt and almost setting up Pooja's strike partner Pushpa. Nothing has gone right for Kerala in this game. Now they are trailing 3-0. Hopes for a comeback has been shattered now. Himanshi with a wonderful strike, and coincidentally all the three goals scored in this from long range tries. Wonderful technique in that free kick. I will try and show you one more time. Here is Shilji, almost towards the pie line, sending in a teasing delivery. The Dadra and Nagar Haveli defense is up on their toes. And now Pooja once again coming away with the ball and spinning away from two challenges. And now she's almost getting caught in a cul-de-sac. A wonderful shielding in the end from Elena. Central defensive midfielder tracking back, tracking the run of Pooja. Without a shadow of a doubt, she's been the hero of today's game. She has made all the difference. Her uncanny style of carrying the ball forward and then taking on defenders has been highly impressive. Has been highly entertaining. And almost as if the ball is glued to her feet. Working the ball out of tight areas with smooth footwork. She's been the standout player, standout performer for Dadra and Nagar Haveli, leading Dadra and Nagar Haveli's front line. Shot on the half volley. Shilji. It is blocked. And now quick turnover possession. Can they hurt Kerala once again? Her shirt is getting pulled off every time she's making those runs. That's the kind of impact she's had in this game, and that's a wonderful setup. Hits the post, and then the rebound is turned in. Referee has blown the whistle. That goal won't count. A wonderful display from Pooja. And despite her shirt getting pulled from behind, she managed to get ahead of her marker, sets up Muskan. Her side-footed attempt coming off the post. And then on the rebound, the Pooja was flagged off. Pooja once again running into space but goes on her own. Is Muskan. That's always a sign of a good player. After bringing the ball down, after making the touch, she runs into space. Was not picked up by her strike partner Muskan this time. That could well have been a 4-0. A terrible goal kick. A beautiful release, allowing Pushpa to take over. Slides behind Pooja. And Nidhilia clears. Intercepted by Pushpa. Once again, delivers into the box. Runs all the way to the goalkeeper. Sandhya was chasing it. Just complementing each other. The back line. If one commits any mistake, the other one immediately steps in and covers up the space. Excellent coordination in defense. And all the minnows in the knockout stage have been defensively good. We saw Haryana earlier in the day against West Bengal, dishing out a spirited defensive performance. Not for a moment they've allowed West Bengal to come back and to get any clear-cut scoring chance. I was looking for that attempted through pass. Kerala. Beautiful ball in field. Shilji. Shilji trying to squeeze between a couple of blue shots, but excellent shoulder to shoulder from Himanshi. Beautifully tucking inside that gap. Time and again having that numerical advantage in the defending third. Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And that's the success of playing in this particular system 4-1-3-2. You always have that extra man spare in defense, and that is making quite a lot of difference this evening here. So the second drinks break of this evening between Kerala and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. It's Kerala nil, Dadra and Nagar Haveli 3. One goal in the first half and two in the second. We'll try and show you the goals. It was Muskan's strike in the first half and adding two more to that tally. Pooja and Himanshi in the second half. So we are into the last quarter of the game. And we start off with this throw in. Nothing fruitful comes out of it for Kerala. After the performance in recent times, there was a lot of expectation developing upon this young team. Maybe the young side just foiled under pressure, even though it's been a wonderful platform for all the young players to get noticed and to show what they are made of before the Under 17 FIFA Women's World Cup. And all the head coaches in their interview have mentioned a chance for these players to put up a strong performance. And now, which match is getting streamed live from the quarterfinals on the Indian football team's YouTube page. And all the scouts and the coaches will be keeping an eye on these live feeds in terms of spotting talents, in terms of what extra can be added on to the national team squad, World Cup squad, rather. Each and every player offers something different or the other, brings something different on the table. Swung away towards the number 17. And back to the kick taker. This time gets enough purchase on the cross, but it's out of play. You can see the fans just behind that yellow gate watching this. And this was Himanshi's strike, the best of the day. The keeper did get her hand onto it, but couldn't keep it out. And that was struck with a lot of venom. And look at that celebration from Ravi Punia, just like Shikhar Dhawan. The match is played in Sonapur. In the Sai Patan Bazaar ground, we saw fans coming in and cheering up for their teams. And empty stands here at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium. We're expecting the fans to be here for the finals. And that also makes sense because the home team is already eliminated. Couldn't make it beyond the group stages. Arunachal Pradesh remains the only team from Northeast to stay relevant in the competition. The other four already knocked out: Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura. Even Sikkim as well. Beautifully done. Excellent turn of pace from Pooja. Taking time in clearing her lines and almost getting caught out there inside the box. A slightly heavy touch. And getting her challenge in place. And now rolls it down the line. First time ball sent in. Shilji Shaji was interested. So was the goalkeeper. Dadra and Nagar Haveli taking 14 shots, only 5 from Kerala. A huge difference between these two teams this evening. Even the most ardent Dadra and Nagar Haveli fans would not have dreamt of beating Kerala by 3-0 in the quarterfinal. It is an enormous result for the team. And Shilji Shaji's crossing, there's the header! And that was the first real chance for Kerala to score in this game. And Aparna's header has just gone over. Excellent cross from Silji Saji. And look at that. Takes a look up and then delivers. Gets ahead. And in between the two defenders, just couldn't keep the header on target, Aparna. So a player is receiving treatment. Stretcher is out. Seems like will be stretchered off, but she's back on her feet and just telling the referee there's no need for the stretcher to be in here. The referee just asking her to leave the field on the stretcher for the time being. Dadra and Nagar Haveli to face Arunachal Pradesh in the second semi-final. 3 p.m. kickoff at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium. The day after tomorrow. That is quite guaranteed now, with only 6 minutes of regulation time remaining. There have been a few stoppages due to injury, and all those will be added on. I'm expecting around 5 minutes of additional time, not more than that. No nonsense clearance. Nidhira this time not taking any kind of chances against Pooja. She's quite well aware of the fact the danger the number 8 possesses, the kind of tricks she can pull out of her bag. Both the teams just giving the ball away to each other. It was a pretty scrappy play down there in the middle. The yellow card is out for that challenge. Muskan goes to the referee's book. Yellow card to Aksha Matthew. Pardon me, not to Muskan. The number 17 of Kerala. And there's a change made by Dadra and Nagar Haveli as Varsha comes on, bringing on a defender. As Om Prakash Chibber is looking to protect the lead. Looking to keep a clean sheet, which is going to be their third of this campaign. They kept two clean sheets during group stages against Chandigarh and Tripura. Great ball played over the top. Running into some space, Silji goes on the outside. In comes the ball. Might be a chance for Kerala. Couldn't quite apply the finishing touches to that flourishing move. It's been that kind of a day for the team in yellow. Just overplaying it. And managing to recover. Pooja holding her line beautifully. She's got the number 13 Muskan alongside her. Just delaying a bit too much in releasing the ball, allowing Nidhilia to win it off her. Pooja beating the offside trap. Pooja on the march. What a save! He parries it right inside the box, and then the follow-up shot has gone in. 4-0, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Well, what a unique celebration from both the coaches. Kerala defense so porous. And Pooja, she's been the star player this evening here. A one-on-one of Gina. And then the follow-up shot, her side-footed attempt, bulging in the back of the net. So then drag back. Pooja, the right kind of support. Muskan this evening. Her fifth goal of this competition. 4 minutes of additional time. Corner comes in. The keeper gets something on the ball and then grabs hold of it. Just last couple of minutes remaining here. And Arunachal Pradesh must be keeping an eye on this particular encounter and trying to analyze Dadra and Nagar Haveli's strength and weaknesses. They are the ones who will be playing them next. Games are also coming thick and fast for the teams. Fatigue can be a factor come the business end of the season. And no such signs so far. All the players participating in the tournament are really, really young, with a lot of actions in them in terms of football. I haven't seen any player so far going down cramped up. That is always a very heartening sign. This might be the final nail in the coffin, but her first touch letting her down. A wasteful clearance as well. And that's the full time whistle. And so Dadra and Nagar Haveli, it's a memorable victory for them. Getting the better of Kerala, the mighty Kerala, registering a memorable victory here at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium, and it has ended 4-0 in their favour. A brace from Muskan, followed by a goal apiece from Pooja and Himanshi. They face Arunachal Pradesh next in the semi-finals. And there's a celebration, and the celebration will be continuing. They will party hard. A very disappointing performance from the Kerala team. People have already set high hopes on them, but just failed to live up to the billing of the fans. And so it has ended 4-0 in favor of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. It is their maiden entry into the semi-finals of the Hero Junior Women's National Football Championship. The full-time stats 51-49, not much of a difference in terms of ball possession. And the shots and the shots on target have made all the difference in this game. Dadra and Nagar Haveli also winning 8 corner kicks. They have thoroughly dominated this game against Kerala. And now we will have a look at how things stands after this. The 4 teams qualifying for the semi-finals. It's going to be Bihar against Haryana, the first semi-final. That is slated for a 9 a.m. kickoff, a day after tomorrow. And the second semi-final on the same day, 3 p.m. between Arunachal Pradesh and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. And all the matches to be held at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium. Mark the dates on your calendar. And so, thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. Goodbye for now.